If you were supposed to advise the Ministry of Education on back to school, what would you tell them?
Okay, to ensure that every child who cannot afford to get a tablet or laptop at home, just to ensure that those kids have access to a laptop. Also, to make sure that they have access to the internet so that whenever they're not able to come into school to do the physical work and they have to do it from home, they can be comfortable and they can continue to do their work.
If you were supposed to advise the Ministry of Education on back to school, what would you tell them?
Furthermore, I say to you, based upon the election that took place, I don't see no reason why school should not be open.
So you are suggesting that the ministry should reopen school now?
Of course, so what would you wait for? Next 2 years or...
All right. So you have any problem with COVID and back to school? Any concern?
Yes, but the measures are not implemented, they are only spoken.
What are the measures?
The safeguards, meaning the masks, social distance, whatever it requires. They have it on paper, but it is still not enforced. Like urinating law, like seatbelt law. He speaks about it fundamentally in the house and not the decks. But at the end of the financial year, the tally that they told me about they will accept and are gonna earn, I haven't seen it. The problem with my country, whichever political party, it doesn't enforce law.
All right. Thank you very much. So you are saying that the government should reopen school and enforce the law.
Because that's what is necessary. Every other country does that. We are the only set of country that I know. Call it 780 years.
Right, the whole online thing is not every parent have access to the internet. So I would suggest for the ministry to either students who don't have the access, let them be the one to go in because they'll have more space in the school for those kids with the social distancing, and we can stay home and they'll do the online classes. So that would be a better thing with the whole COVID thing that is going on now in the country. And that's my point on it for the ministry.
Yes. What I want to say, I'm not going to send my kids to school because the problem is she have asthma, and we realize that if you have different other sickness and you catch COVID, you can die. So I just be afraid to send my kids to school. I have no problem. She getting the work online.
What about the homeschool option? Have you thought about that?
Yes. I really want to happen to my child.
But will you have access to the internet service to ensure that you are there for all the classes?
Yes, sure.
But we're not too sure of the modalities yet. It might be 2 day, 3 day, 1 week. We're not sure. For the period that your kid might be out of school, how will you compensate for that loss?
Well, believe me, we really want she to get her education, but we are afraid of COVID. We're just afraid to send her out in the environment.
It is said on the road it is better to have a dunce child than a dead child. What's your view on that?
We'd rather have a dunce child.
You rather have a dunce
Yes.
child? Thank you very
I
much.
know my kids are dunce anyway, but I'd rather have a dunce child more than have a dead child.
All right.
Yes.
I hope we won't have any child dying.
Yes.
If you were supposed to advise the Ministry of Education on back to school, what would you tell them?
Well, I would say first thing, everybody wants school to open, but we have to think about the teachers' life too. They have a life, otherwise I'm teaching our kids. We have to know or say if them test the teachers them before coming in class, because we're going to have online and sometimes 3 days out of the week. The kids them are going to come to school and everything then. Or say if it is for my child to come and sit in front of the teacher. We don't know if the teacher have COVID or what. So we have to try to protect the kids then also and the teachers. So me think online school can work But government have to talk to the people then where we have to take the internet from, lessen the bill. I remember not everybody have work.
I think the government should put things in place for the children then, because it don't make no sense go to the school and the parents going high each day. So I think it would be unlikely as a program for the children.
But what about the whole idea of some persons not being able to access the information online?
Well, I think they should get like tablets for the children that is in need of it.
But there are persons who are living in rural areas where there might be problem with access to internet service. How would we treat with that?
Well, I prefer I can have 3-day class for the student and instead.
Are you afraid, are you timid about your child coming back to school?
Yes, I am.
So would you prefer to keep the child at home?
Yeah, online class.
Have you ever thought about the homeschool option?
Yes, since the COVID coming, I'm actually concerned about it.
So is it that you're preparing and writing the ministry to have that option or make use of the option?
But I'm not used to it.
You want to make use of that option. Alright, remember, if you're going to make use of that option, you would have to inform the ministry.